Starbucks is our company. And I'm going to talk about the history really quick. So it started out in Seattle in 1971. It was just a small local coffee shop. And around 10 years later, a New Yorker named Howard Schultz visited the shop and fell in love with the vibe of the shop and the coffee that they serve. He decided he wanted to work with them and was hired as the director of marketing and operations. And he made a trip to Italy in 1982 or 1985. He went to Italy and he liked the coffee scene there. There was a coffee shop on every corner. He liked how people met and talked business there. So when he got back to the US, he decided he wanted to own Starbucks and change the whole branding. So he bought out the company in 1987 and he began to make changes. And into his Italian-inspired store. By the time he was 2 years into working there, 46 stores were opened. Starbucks expanded all through word of mouth. It didn't have any television commercials, so people really liked the energy that it had, and they decided to get their coffee with them and spend their time there. And it continues to grow, and it's going worldwide. It has a very nice social admiration. People like the coffee, but they like the look of it. They like to be drinking Starbucks.
My name is Laura. I'm going to be doing the environmental analysis for Starbucks. I'm going to start off with how they have tried to improve sustainably, because that's a big push for companies nowadays. It's what people are starting to look for in bigger brands. So starting off, they want to have their carbon emissions, they want to form more plant-based foods, they want to expand plant-based, have more environmentally friendly menu options. They also are shifting from single-use to reusable. When you go there now, they don't give you straw, you have to ask for a straw. They're also looking for ways to better manage their waste, and they're developing more eco-friendly operations. So for competitive forces, obviously we know of Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's coffee, but we also have the smaller companies like the Contrast Coffee we have here in Marquette, or other smaller coffee brands that are all over. And then we also have our own coffee blend that you can buy in the stores, just like Folgers that you can get. So if you don't feel like going to Starbucks, you can just drive over to the grocery store and then you can have it for the morning. And then for economically, the store placement, as you can tell on the one Starbucks we have, it's right off the highway, you can see it very well. So they're trying to put their stores in more where there's higher traffic and there's more visibility. And they also are trying to put it on college campuses, because obviously students are their target markets. We basically survive on with caffeine, and they're also trying to get more stores in one area to reduce the amount of wait time you have in each store. And I think there's also 5 Starbucks just here in Marquette, which is really cool. This is a video of Order Ahead on Starbucks, just explaining how it works. So that was an example of their new convenient way for you to order online, and then you can just pick it up when you get there.
Welcome to Starbucks. You love your tall, double shot skinny latte and the little surprises that come with it. With the new My Starbucks Rewards, we're rewarding you with more of the things that make you smile. First, you need a Starbucks card. Simply pick one up and register it online. Each time you use it to pay at Starbucks, you'll earn stars. Pay with your card, collect more stars, and redeem great rewards like your favorite drinks from the house, a slice of cake on your birthday, upsize upgrades, and more of what makes you happy. And if you ever forget your wallet, don't worry. You can still buy a drink, earn stars, and check them on the go. So go on. Your journey to all things bright and beautiful begins here. Welcome to Starbucks. Welcome to Starbucks.
So those are just a couple of ways that Starbucks have introduced new ways for things to be more convenient and to keep their customers loyal to them. No, don't play again, please. And then obviously, Starbucks has over 70 countries worldwide, including Mexico, United Kingdom, so over that's on, as you can see on that picture. And I think it's really cool that depending on where you are in the country, Starbucks has developed their menus to be different for like different cultures. Just like the bottom picture in Japan, when it's around the cherry blossom season, they come out with different products and like they have like cups like in the cherry blossom theme for that culture, and I think it's really cool that they adapt their menus to where they are in the world.
Alright, my name is Liam. I'm going to be talking about the marketing objectives of Starbucks. So the first thing is that they have a very clear focus on the American audience. We can find roughly 30% of Starbucks locations in the United States alone. And that's kind of due to, first of all, Starbucks was founded in the US, over in Seattle. And in the US, we have a generally higher level of income as compared to many places around the world. And with that comes opportunity for people to buy things like luxuries such as Starbucks. There's also a clear target on the middle and upper middle class. The prices are a little bit above the average for what you would expect to pay for a cup of coffee, but that can be easily backed up by the quality. It's always kept consistent. You know, I've been to Dunkin' locations, and the drink that you order might kind of vary from day to day, but Starbucks is very focused on keeping very consistent quality, keeping it at a very high level, and just making sure you have the same experience. They're also focused on building an experience. They were a first mover in the modern coffee shop, and what I mean by that is before Starbucks, the main focus was on things like canned coffee or just store-bought, where people would make their own. And Starbucks kind of bridges the gap between home and work in that it allows you to spend some time in a nice environment where you can relax, you can enjoy your coffee, you know, it's made for you, you get all of the service, everything's done for you, and you can just kind of relax before class, after work, you know, whenever you have a few minutes and just kind of want to chill out. They also create a culture, and then there's a lot of influencer marketing. A lot of big influencers you'll see them like posting with like a Starbucks cup or something along those lines, and that's just kind of because people are going to see those, people want to be like them. And they also have very trendy drinks, things that people would generally, younger generations would want to take part in, and part of that is the secret menu. So the secret menu is kind of, you have to like order special things, and it's on this menu that they don't really tell anybody about, because that people generally just like to be part of a community and they like to be part of something special, and that's where the secret menu comes from. You can kind of feel like you're in a little club and kind of, you know, kind of special. They're pretty light on their marketing throughout the whole year, but around the holiday season they get really, really heavy because they have these iconic and recognizable holiday cups. Every year it's kind of something different. They have some special drinks, and the cup designs are always new, and they put a really big focus on this. You can see here they have an advertisement of the buy one and share one event, which kind of just allowed people to like buy one and then get another one for a friend, so you can kind of hang out, enjoy the environment of Starbucks. And they put a lot of emphasis on their marketing in the holiday season because of these cups.
Alright, so my name is Andrew. I'll be handling the 4P and the SWOT analysis. So, their product, they focus mainly on their brand, service, experience, and then of course their coffee. So people, whenever they go to Starbucks, not only are they buying coffee, they're also buying the brand, which is a siren. Learned that the other day, not just some random girl. Their service, always good. I've only been to a few, but the people are always really nice. They help you quickly, they help you efficiently, they're always nice. The experience, you can go, sit down, study, relax. On multiple occasions, I've seen people sleep in there. Don't know if they're supposed to. Their price, the average price, is about $3.15 compared to other places. It's a lot more, but that's because of the quality, and we will get into it more in the SWOT analysis. For the promotion, they have very little media advertising except for in the holidays. Mainly it's all word of mouth, and they just let people do whatever they want. The brand spreads itself around. They have a lot of relationship marketing, mainly with their new Starbucks cards, where you can get like rewards and stuff. So that is something new that they've been doing. The place, high populated areas, so big cities, downtowns, college campuses. We have one right downstairs and one right over there. So that's two we're already on our campus. Frequently traveled areas, again, cities. And then along highways, like two of the places where a lot of people are, like big cities, they will have them just along highways. I think on my drive up here, I live in Lansing. So I think I've seen like 4 or 5 just on my way here. For their SWOT, strengths, customer loyalty, of course. People who go will usually always come back, sometimes day to day. Their brand recognition, the quality, and the availability, they're just everywhere. Weaknesses, I personally think they're too reliant on drinks. Coffee, specifically, I don't like coffee, I like tea, and I don't like their tea at all. A large portion of their stores, as we saw earlier, were in the US with not a lot, comparatively speaking, in other countries. I think there could be a lot more in other places. Their high product prices are a cause from the supply costs. There's been a 20% price increase in the last 14 years for their price. Opportunities, they could put more stores in densely populated areas. With that, they could also change the prices. They could lower the prices for a set period of time. If they do better, they could keep the prices at those places to increase their target audience. Partnership with other companies, I have never seen, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen Starbucks partner with someone else, ever. Kind of like Apple, I don't think Apple partners with other people. And, did they? Oh, didn't know that, there you go. Oh, there you go. Threats, other coffee companies, and lower priced coffee companies like we saw earlier, like Dunkin's a big one that we will case study about. COVID hit them a lot as everywhere else in the service industry. They had to close for a long period. And then because of COVID, there was a labor shortage that's going on right now. They just have a lot of workers, or they don't have a lot of workers. And it's forcing places to slow down or certain places close. I know one next to my house closed because they had no one working.
Hello, I am Eric Kurtz, and I did the case study for this. When I was looking at other companies within the retail coffee industry, it kind of only felt right to compare Starbucks to Dunkin' because they're really the two major forces in the coffee industry. Originally named Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin' originally focused, they were founded 21 years before Starbucks in 1950. And Dunkin' originally focused their marketing strategy on their wide variety of donuts and their signature double coffee brewed coffee. Competitors like Starbucks showed success within the coffee industry, just basing their marketing around their drinks. After years of Dunkin' already being around, Dunkin' decided to change their name from Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin' in 2019 to focus rebranding as sort of a beverage-led company. And as of today, they've really diversified their product portfolio within their marketing mix. Adding things like, more baked goods like muffins, breakfast sandwiches, things like that. And then today only about 9% of their total revenue is focused through donuts, and about 65% of their total revenue is focused directly through drinks and those other baked goods and such, things like that. Next slide. So aspects of Dunkin's marketing strategy. They really focused their brand around the America Runs on Dunkin' slogan, which was picked, they kind of added that in 2006 to kind of really compete with other companies like Starbucks. They're really targeting an audience of people 35 years or younger. And they've also released a lot of in-store kind of products that you could make your own at-home Dunkin' products for maybe an older audience too, to maybe diversify their target audience. They're always looking to get their brand out there in any way possible. Looking to like create engaging content that people like can't really help but like go to Dunkin' and try something out. Creating engaging sorry. They use one thing that I think they do really strongly over Starbucks, and that Starbucks does incorporate, but it's something that Dunkin' does way stronger, is using their affiliations with sports teams and things like that. Dunkin' targets teams like the Boston Red Sox and New England Patriots, teams like that in high target audience markets, and they really like, you know, they'll do commercials with their players and promotions through that in those certain areas, and they really focus that, and I think that's something that really puts them, there's something that Starbucks could really pick up into their marketing strategy that Dunkin' does. Yeah, and they really do have a lot of similarities when it comes to their marketing strategies. Like they do a lot of trendy drinks, a lot of celebrities endorse these drinks, and they really that's really Dunkin's main focus with their marketing strategy, is using affiliations and sponsorships, and that adding the aspect of maybe improving that in Starbucks would be something that I think they should add. Any questions?